Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, PSG. What a football team, man. Wow, what a football team. This transformation that Luis Enrique has successfully conducted needs to be talked about. PSG are coming off a 3-1 win at home in the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League against Aston Villa. And they are well on course to go through to the semi-finals. And let me tell you something. When I say that this PSG team is serious, it is damn serious, bro. Because what I've seen tonight was just total domination. Tonight, you saw the difference between a Premier League team and a European team. A European team without pedigree, but with so much quality, man. Listen, no shame, or no shade, rather, to Aston Villa. They done their best. Yeah, they done their best. It's a good thing for them to get this far anyway, and they've done really well getting to this point. But tonight, you just saw the difference in quality, like all over the pitch, in defense, in midfield, in attack, even as far as goalkeeping, I would say. You saw the difference in quality. This is why I will always bang on about technique, IQ, and intelligence before I start talking about all the physical attributes of a footballer. I will always prefer somebody's technical ability over somebody running and being physical, and somebody having an engine and somebody running and tracking back and working hard. No. Give me the technical footballers, because the IQ and the intelligence will always prevail. And that's what we saw, especially in midfield and going forward in attack. Now listen, straight up, I've got to talk about one kid in particular, Désiré Doué. Now, for those of you who don't know, the name Doué is actually a word in French. Doué means gifted. And boy, this kid is gifted, bruv. Yo, mon gars. Désiré, mon gars. Ah non, tu me régales. Mon gars, tu me régales. C'est incroyable ce que tu es en train de faire. Ce que tu es en train de montrer là en Ligue des Champions, c'est incroyable. C'est ça le football. C'est ça le football. C'est ça qui me donne le sourire. Ah non, mon gars. Désiré Doué is an absolute baller. I don't even have to talk about the goal, because everybody's seen it. You guys have seen it. So we don't need to talk about it. Like, when you have so much quality, a goal like that shouldn't shock you. It shouldn't be a surprise to you. To think that he had the choice between Bayern Munich and PSG in the summer, I can bet you a lot of money right now that companies looking at him thinking, bro, I wish he chose us. Absolute banger of a goal. Banger of a goal. Martinez didn't even go for it. He didn't even go for it. That's how you know what type of special player he is. Now I'm looking at some of the other players on the pitch. Nuno Mendes. What a performance. That goal. Bro, I thought that was a winger at first. When I saw the chop onto his right foot and then top bins, I thought, wait, is this Dembele? No, it was Nuno Mendes, bro. Yo, listen, PSG, different quality. Different quality. Bro, they have the minerals, they have the capacity, and they have the quality to go to the final. They can make it. And with a coach like Luis Enrique, they can definitely do it. I'm looking at their midfield, probably one of the most balanced and gifted and technically secure midfields in Europe. Fabian Ruiz, João Neves, and Vitinha. I can't stress this enough. Technically, this is one of the best midfields in Europe, bro. They are so secure. You see some of the touches that they take. Everything's calculated. Some of the passes they play in between the lines. That's what killed Villa today. The passes in between the lines, and Villa set up really well, to be fair, defensively, but it's the passes in between the lines that killed them today. Killed them. And to be fair, Martinez made some good saves as well today, because if we're being honest, it could have been more. It could have been more for real. Nah, honestly, man, boy, this... What a display, man. What a display from PSG. What a display. And of course, I can't finish talking about PSG without talking about Ivica Kvaratskhelia. Oh my God, what a baller. I want to talk about that goal. You see that goal? First of all, it's so disrespectful. Big up the sassy. It happens to all of us. The fact that he did that skill, yeah, with the sole of his foot makes it 1,000 times more disrespectful. 1,000 times. He was basically toying with the sassy. He was toying with him. This is what you do in futsal, bro. Sole of the foot, bruv. Rolls it. And then left foot. Oh my God. I don't think you understand how disrespectful that was, bro. That was disrespect of the highest order. Yo, Kavada. No, that was rude. That was so rude. That front three is looking, again, one of the most dangerous front threes in Europe. Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, and Desiré Doué. And then you got Barcola on the bench as well that you can bring on. Casually, like it's nothing. Nah, I enjoyed tonight, man. I enjoyed tonight. And they fully deserve it. PSG's turnaround has to be talked about. At the start of the season, I was very, very skeptical, very critical. Especially after that loss against Arsenal, I was like, I don't know, you know. But looking at it now, who needs Mbappe? Who needs Messi, with all due respect? Who needs Neymar, with all due respect? Messi, Neymar, Mbappe gone. And look at how PSG are balling. And I did say that because they do look more like a team right now. There's no pressure to be passing it to someone to make the difference. Anybody can make the difference in his team. But key word, team. PSG play as a team, as a unit. And that's what makes the difference now. Honestly, I can see this team go to the final. And who knows, after spending all this money in the past, this time might actually be the time that they make it to the final. And maybe, who knows, they could even win it. They could even win it. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Aston Villa, though, I have to say, scored against the run of play. Very good goal, by the way. Very, very good goal. Typical counter-attack from England, from the Premier League. Very precise, very direct. John McGinn done really well to win the ball back from Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes losing the ball very cheaply there. Has to do better. But it was a really, really good goal. But that did not stop PSG, bro, because they replied immediately. Obviously, that Desiré Doué goal. But I have to say, the front line today, I think it let Villa down, man. It let Villa down. Now, a lot of my friends have been sending me messages and, no, big up to them, do you know what I mean? Because they're my boys. But a lot of people have been messaging me to make videos about Rashford's resurgence. Now, listen, I've got nothing personal against Rashford. You know, it's never personal with footballers. I just talk about what I see on the pitch. But when your game is heavily reliant on physical attributes, at some point, because you do not get younger, you only get older. At some point, when you get older, those physical attributes fade away. And because Rashford is naturally not someone to affect the game when he doesn't score or assist, and by that I mean, you know, with a movement or using his intelligence or using his IQ, because he's naturally not a footballer to affect the game with non-physical attributes, when he doesn't use his physical attributes to affect the game, he goes missing. So it's very difficult for a player like that to affect the game when he can't use his best attributes, which are physical. And I think on the physical side, PSG showed them as well today, like, yo, you're not the only one who can be physical, you know. We got some physical dons in this team as well. So they pretty much dealt with him pretty well, you know. Every time Rashford was on the ball and he tried to go for that 1v1, he got blocked, he ran into traffic, they snatched the ball away from him. I know he was involved in a goal, which was a good goal, and he done really well to slide the ball through to Tielemans, who then, you know, slides it across the box for Rodgers to score the goal. But apart from that, Rashford went missing. And like I said, when you can't affect the game with anything other than your physical attributes, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. So, you know, that's my stance on it. But at the same time, I'm not really surprised, you know, with that type of performance of Rashford. And don't get me wrong, he wasn't the only one, you know, that was poor on his team. There were countless other poor performances on the field today, on the pitch. But as a whole, I think there's a lot of work to be done, man, for Aston Villa. You know, we don't know if they're going to qualify for Europe. Obviously, now we have the confirmation that 5th place in the Premier League gets you Champions League football. That 5th place, you know, teams are going to be fighting for it now. Do you know what I mean? And Aston Villa is not guaranteed to be that fifth place team in the Premier League to make the Champions League. You know, obviously everything's still open, but as it stands now, do I think that PSG is going to give this away? I don't think so. Marquinhos was suspended for the first leg tonight. He's going to be back for the second leg. So PSG's defense is pretty much going to be back at their best. So I can see PSG going there to Villa Park and winning, because Villa have to come out. They can't sit back and play it cool and be like, no. They have to try and score two goals in quick succession, obviously meaning that they will be able, or they will have to, I should say, attack. They'll have to come out, which is going to leave huge spaces in the back. And you know what happens when you leave those spaces to PSG, with the likes of Dembélé, with the likes of Kvaratskhelia, with the likes of Désiré Doué running in behind, going on counters. This could be deadly, you know. So Villa kind of shot themselves in the foot with this result. You know, it would have been okay for them if they went back to Villa Park with a 2-1 lead. But now it's a 3-1. A 2-1 defeat. But this is a 3-1 defeat. Very difficult, man. Very difficult. And as much as I do like Villa as a team, I think they will fall just short in the return fixture. And I think PSG will edge it. And I think PSG will go through to the semi-finals. But hey, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree. If you made it till the end of this video, go in the comment section and type in "do a banger." Yeah, do a banger. That will let me know if you made it till the end of this video. Road to 16K people. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.